Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And I know this is just an audio podcast kind of video. I just wanted to say, it's Christmas time. And at Christmas time, it's not about the gifts. It's not about the presents. It's about your friends, your family, and the people who mean the world to you. I spent 32 years on this earth, and probably about 25 of that years, I wanted gifts. I was like, I'm the type of dude who wants gifts. I want money. I want presents. And the reason why I don't care about presents or anything like that anymore is in 2008, my mom passed away, and she was like really, really, really close to me, and she was very close to me. Like, I always could tell her everything. I was there. We would go do stuff together. We would go to the park together. We'd go feed the animals at the park, because where I lived, we lived up in the mountains, and we had a lot of ducks and geese and whatever. And I still remember those situations of hanging out with her. And back then, I still was not close to my dad. I mean, we were still like cool, but I never came to him for advice or really anything. It was just, I don't know, I was just more gravitated towards my mom. And when she passed away, it opened my eyes of how life comes and goes. And now I try to spend every waking moment. Every time I do stuff, I try to include my dad, because he's up in age. He's like almost going to be 70 in like a couple years. He's like 67 if I'm not mistaken. And there's times when I'm like, hey, you want to go on a road trip together? My dad loves road tripping. That's one of the things he did when he was a kid, like in the 20s and 30s. And I think to this day, that's why I love the road trip, is because he used to road trip, and I think I got that instinct of loving the road trip from him. And he used to tell me a lot of stories. He would go from California to Denver, Colorado, from California to Canada. He's driven into Mexico. And he told me one story that blows my mind to this day, that he was actually in Colorado having a picnic with somebody he met. And the funny thing was, a blizzard started happening, like it started snowing. And my dad was like, haha, we're not going anywhere, because they weren't ready for the snow. And they were just still having their picnic, eating, and enjoying their company. So, it's kind of like me and my boy, Nick. If you guys know him here on YouTube, the NDFX. Basically, we knew each other online for probably, 3-4 years. And everybody who watched our videos always were like, you guys hang out all the time. Like, no, we don't, because we don't have a driver's license. We don't drive cars. And we're not asking our parents to take us like 2 hours to see each other. So what happened is, finally in April of 2016, he gets a ride to come out to hang out with me. And we go to this music festival called Rockville here in Northeast Florida. It's just like 2 days of nonstop rock, hip-hop, and just music in general. So we decided to go. I bought tickets. He decided to pay me back. And we had a great time. We seen some bands he likes, some bands I liked. I seen Megadeth for the first time, Lamb of God, P.O.D., From the Ashes. We seen some bands that he liked, which was Yellow Wolf, Cypress Hill. They were dope. They were dope live. But I can tell that dude is a very loyal dude. Once you give this dude respect, he's going to be there from the start, being there. Like, he's going to text you. He'll answer your questions. He'll give you advice. And that's how I am. I give advice, right? But, like I said, when it comes to family, I consider that dude to be one of the coolest dudes I've ever met in my entire life. So I consider him like a best friend, like a family. You know, when you meet that person for the first time and you connect on everything. We have so much in common. We love making little podcasts, music, YouTube videos. We both love to travel. We were both adventurous. The funny thing is, we both got our driver's license around the same time. We both got our vehicles around the same time. I got my driver's license about, I would say, 2 months or 3 months before he did. And then he got his license. He got his 2001 VW Passat, which is lowered, has a turbo. It's turbocharged, so it's boom, boom, and whatnot. It's a cool car. I've never seen it in person yet, but from pictures and stuff, it looks like a pretty cool ride. It's gold plated. Yeah, it's 14 karat gold. It blings. But getting back to the whole Christmas thing is, the reason why I love Christmas is, it's because I get to see my family. I get to hang out with my dad. I get to see my dad happy, and what makes my dad happy is hanging out with his grandkids, which would be my niece and nephew, and he loves that type of stuff. You know, I love that kind of stuff. And what really, like, showed me that family is everything is my mom passing. You know, everything happens in life for a reason, you know. The adventures are to the mind, or to the soul, that education is to the mind. And basically it's true. You have memories of your childhood, of whatever, of your vacations, and that's always going to be with you. So, one thing that really was awesome, my niece and nephew, they're twin niece and nephew. They're about, I think, 2 years old. Going to be 3 in January, which is crazy, already 3. And my other niece is going to be 10. So, I'm telling you this, what like really was awesome is they came over to hang out at my house and just chill for a little bit, because they came over while they had free time, because my brother's a very busy dude, because he works on computers and does other stuff, and he's just busy. So what happened is, my nephew, he rolled the window down and he kept saying, "Come, get in the car, get in the truck, get in the truck." And my brother's like, "Dude, he's not coming." And this dude was like, because like at first he was a little nervous around me, because I don't go to my brother's that often, but now he runs up to me, "Come on, I want to show you this, I want to show you that." And it's awesome to see little dudes like that excited to see me. And I understand, I don't have kids, but I understand where family is everything. And if you don't have family, or you fight with your family, or you don't get along with your family, you know, during the holidays, suck it up, man. Suck it up. Sit back, relax, and suck it up. You know, what's the point of arguing with your family or whatever, you know? I haven't talked to my mom in 5-10 years. Yeah, you're going to regret it when your mom or dad dies. And you're going to look back on life and go, "Man, I should have got over the argument, or we should have made up," because it could be happening. Like, I go get my car today, I drive to my brother's house, I get hit by a truck and I die. It's possible. I live by the law, everything happens in life for a reason. You go left instead of right, you die. If you went left instead of right, you live. That's the way I live my life. And I've been in major car accidents before, and I lived, and I don't want to die at a young age. I want to make my parents proud, my family proud. I just want to make everybody in my life proud, to know me, to be like, yeah, Trevor's doing something with his life. Trevor's this, Trevor's that. But when it comes to the whole Christmas thing, man, it's all about hanging out with your friends, your family, enjoying great conversation, having, if you drink, have a few beers. You know, I really miss sitting in my friend's backyard back in California and having some cocktails. Would have like a couple beers and hang out. I remember my very first time having Irish car bomb. And basically it's Guinness, and we had, I think it was sake or a whiskey. And basically you take it, you fill up the cup with nothing but Guinness beer, and then you take like the liquor and you kind of put it you kind of drop it in the middle, and then you pound that, and yeah, it's really strong and it gets you really tore up. But I love having those moments and just sitting around talking. You know, I understand how younger people like to go and party and get drunk, but when you're an adult like myself, you might want to have a beer or smoke a little weed with your boy, and you just sit out on the patio listening to some Run DMC, Walk This Way, or listening to some Black Sabbath, or listening to some, you know, what would be something good, the Eagles or something, and you're just talking and enjoying life and talking about your dreams and your passions. That is where life is all about, just talking about your stuff with your homies and your friends and everything like that. But it's not all about just getting smashed drunk. But when it comes to the whole family thing, I'm loving it, man. In a few short hours, yeah, this is like one of the only times a year I go to church. You go to church? Yeah, only one time a year, because my brother offered me to go. So I'm like, yeah, I'll go with him, because he wants me to help him run the sound system, and because my brother does like the audio engine, he's like the audio engineer for his church, and he asked if I can come help run the camera. And when people ask me to run cameras and do all that kind of stuff, I go for the camera stuff. I'm not going really for the churchiness, you know. I just go for the fact that I get a mess around with like $1,000 worth of equipment, but I also get to hang out with my brother, which me and my brother are not the most closest people. Like my my brother that's 36, we're not the closest of brothers. We still talk here and there, but we're not very close. But I try to make family the most important thing on this planet, you know. I try to make everything in this life happen for a reason. I try to have my dad at his old age go and hang out and go on vacation with me, go on travel vacation. And I'm still trying to make a reality happen for my dad where we and him can go to Ireland and see the country. And that would be the ultimate thing for me. At least it would bring us closer together, and it would definitely make my dad the happiest person on the planet, because that's his dream in life. And my dad's the type of dude who's always busted his ass and worked his fucking ass off in this life, but he's never had that kind of job where he made tons of money so he could put money away to travel. He's never had that. So he's always the type of dude that says, I bust my ass so my family can have food on the table and they can do what they want. But I think as I get older, I want to make that reality happen, because there's only probably 20 years left, if that, for my dad, because I know his age and everybody dies, and it's a reality. And I fucking understand that, but I definitely want to make my dad proud by being able to take him on an Ireland trip. Even if it's like 3 days there or something, it's going to be able to make his dream happen. Do I want to travel overseas? Yeah, I do. Do I want to make that a reality for my dad? Yeah, I do. And like I said, this holiday is all about hanging out with family, having good food, telling stories, maybe playing video games with your family and shooting the shit. Because I remember a few years ago, we used to play the Wii. You know, the Nintendo Wii, not the Wii U, the Nintendo Wii. You know, they have that like that bowling game. And we would all sit there around and play the bowling game and really get into it and really have a great time. And it's fun and it's fun and exciting to actually see everybody enjoying themselves and having a great time and whatnot. But if you have friends and family out there right now, make sure they know that you're definitely thinking of them, and definitely send them a text message or a phone call. Say, hey, just wanted to shoot the shit with you for a minute and wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hopefully you and your family are having a great New Year's, great Christmas, and you guys are grubbing and enjoying the festivities of this holiday. Because I just sent out 20 text messages letting the people that I know there's some people I just text. We don't really hang out, but I just text them. And I let everybody know that have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Even if I don't talk to you that often, I still definitely sent you a message letting you know that I'm making sure you have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. Because there's always people out there in this life right now that don't have anybody. And it's a reality that some people that are just older people, their family's gone, their friends are dead. There's a guy I hang out with at the gym, and he's got to be, I don't know, 82, 83, and he always tells me that he has nobody left besides him and his wife. He has no family around besides, like, the younger generation, and he has no friends. I'm like, why you have no friends? He goes, all my friends have passed, man. And he always tells me, like, long stories that, like, last for, like, 15, 20 minutes, and I consider this dude a friend. Like, we talk all the time when we're at the gym when we come to the gym and we're there together. And it was just one of these things. He just came up to me and started talking to me. He didn't care I had long hair or tattoos. He didn't judge me from one person to another. He was just seeing me one day boxing on the punching bag, and he decided to stop in and say, hey, what's up? My name is so-and-so. And I said, I'm Trevor. What's up? It's kind of hard to understand him sometimes because he is a Filipino and his accent is so thick. But at the end of the day, this dude is a one-of-a-kind dude. He's very generous, very, very passionate about, like, his health. And he's always telling me to stay on the passion of being healthy because he's always like, you could die in any minute, but being healthy is going to keep you living longer. And he's one of those dudes that, like, I probably personally would have never thought of going up to him and talking to him. I just probably would have just ignored, like, never said nothing to him. But getting to know this guy, it's a fucking phenomenal thing. Like I said, sometimes shit happens for a reason. Sometimes you meet somebody during your life for a year, and then they're gone and you never speak to them again. It happens. But I like to keep an impression on everybody I meet and make sure they know I'm a generous dude. So hopefully you guys are out there having a great holiday. If you're out there for the new year, don't drink and drive. If you're out there for Christmas, please don't drink and drive, and make sure you actually have your family and friends around you. If you're drinking eggnog with some whiskey in it, sit back, relax, and just hang out at the house. There's no need to get on the open road and kill yourself because that's some stupid shit. But I'm Trevor, and I will definitely talk to you guys in the next one. Thanks for listening. As always, like I said, this is just a little podcast, just audio podcast, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching.